Hey there, gang. My name is Jack Norton. I'm going to be your professor for the semester. I want to walk you through our course on D2L, point out a little bit about how we're going to use the course. D2L can be used a bunch of different ways, and I just want to point you towards the things that we're going to do. So first, we've got our landing page here. Anything that's going on, I will stick in news. And there's a couple of things in news that I want you to pay attention to. News is kind of our classroom space. Ordinarily, this would be where you might have classroom announcements. In news, you can set up notifications. So you see the little drop-down arrow right here. You can go to notifications, and you can have D2L send you to whatever email you want and to whatever phone number you want, email or text messages, SMS. And you can do for all of these different things. I strongly recommend you do this. I'll show you some other notifications options later in the semester, but this is the best one for this week. Set this up, and this way it'll send you text reminders or email reminders when something is coming due. Students that do this do better in this class. It's the first thing I tell you to do is set up your notifications so that when something happens in D2L, you get notified of it. Then in our course, if you ever need to go back to the course page, you just click on that. I'm going to stick all of our stuff under content. And I'm going to try and label it as clearly as possible. Our course is 16 weeks long, and it takes place in 2-week sections, which I'll call modules. And I've given them clear titles, so time, images, maps, and I've told you when it's going to happen during the semester. Week 1 and 2, week 3 and 4, week 5 and 6. The essential course documents are just that. I've told you to read this first. Here's the syllabus, guidelines for using email and how you're going to be graded during the semester. Then History Boot Camp, our first 2 weeks, there's some crucial information that I need you to understand. And this is mostly how we do history. And so these are things like what is a primary versus a secondary source, how we find information, and how we organize information in the discipline of history. You're taking a history course, and so I want you to be comfortable to play with knowledge as we as historians do it. And so the first 2 weeks is to get you comfortable with how historians do what they do. So, and then the readings are generally going to be here. Oftentimes I'll have links, and the links will be mostly to websites here at Normandale. You will need to have your login information, your STAR ID. This course has no textbook costs, and the reason it has no textbook costs is that I can access the free textbooks that you already pay for as part of your tuition through our library webpage. And so that's what those links are going to be, is those free library readings that you already have access to, and I'll put them here under content. Now, the other thing that's very important under materials is the calendar. This is when things are due for the week. Generally, things open up, your discussions open up on Monday in the morning, and then they close, which is to say the last time that you can post is on Friday at 8 o'clock. All of your assignments, with the exception of the quizzes, all of your assignments are due on Wednesday at 8. And so in general, Friday at 8. So the week generally runs from Monday through Friday. You can post, whenever you need to for discussions, but everything is due Friday at 8 p.m. So if you're keeping a paper calendar, put down Friday at 8 p.m. That's the big date for us. The quizzes close on Sunday night at 8 o'clock. And for this class, you're going to do the readings for the week ahead. So you'll do the readings for week 2, and then you'll take the first quiz. I do this to make sure that when we have discussions, we're talking about something that we are actually expert in, something that we know about. The quizzes are fairly light. You'll have the information in front of you, so they're open book. I'm not looking to test whether you're an expert. I am looking to test whether or not you have done the reading. They are 8 questions to start out with, and then I add a question each week. They start out at about 10 minutes. And again, you can see the quizzes are due on Sunday. And so that's our week. Quiz on Sunday night, discussions Monday through Friday, discussions finish along with your written assignments all finish on Friday. The first week is a little it's a little non-standard because people will be moving in and moving out, and there's a plagiarism exercise I want you to do, and I give you 2 weeks to do that. But definitely once you get into February, you can see the calendar kind of sorts itself out. Okay, so Sunday and then on Friday. And if there's an issue, like looks like we've got an aberration here. If there's an issue, tell me about it, and I'll fix it. I don't penalize students for problems of D2L, and I don't penalize students for problems that are my own. So if there's something comes up, let me know what it is, and I'll fix it. In communication, you can check the class list if you want to send somebody else an email. The other thing to pay attention to is our discussions. This is where they are. They will be available to you only during the time that we're talking about it for that week. So you can start, it'll tell you when they open and then when they close. And then you can post as you are prompted to. I'll give you more information on how to do that well in another in an item on the news site. So, but our discussions are up, and many of you have already started posting for our first discussion, introducing yourself. So that's materials, communications. We're not going to use a bunch of these other things. Assessment. This is where you'll take your quizzes. So here's where your quizzes are. So you can just start with quiz 1. Going once a week, they open on Thursday at noon. So you can take it anytime between Thursday at noon and Sunday night at 8. And then you can also check your grades. I'm not going to click on this because it would show all of your grades and your student IDs, which I can't show you. But this is where you can check your grade, and they'll be kept up to date. As soon as I have something graded, you'll be able to see it right away. The other thing I want to point out is under resources, Smart Thinking. If you click on that, you need to register, but there's free writing help. And I've had a number of students have found that to be incredibly useful. I also give you automatic extra credit, as noted in the syllabus, if you get writing help on any of your major assignments. So that's a quick outline of what we're going to be doing in this course. If you've got any questions, please post them to the discussion board, send them to me by email. I'm looking forward to a great semester. I've done this version of this course once in the fall, and I was just phenomenally impressed with what the students produce. I'm looking forward to another great semester, and I will see you on the discussion boards. Take care.